I'm Ghul, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic book show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we are taking a closer look at Detective Comics number 957. When Ra's al Ghul comes to Gotham, is it as a savior or a destroyer? Let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? So, picking up from where the last issue left off, the League of Shadows more or less dismantled the Bat family, and now Batman is all alone with Ra's in the Batcave. The Demon's Head takes this opportunity to toy with Batman a little bit, saying that he always had the answer inside him all along. The problem is he just can't remember any of it. What's this guy talking about? Well, to truly understand it, Ra's decides to give Batman, and by extension the reader, a crash course on the true purpose of the League of Shadows. You see, while the goals of the main League of Assassins was to amass money and political connections for Ra's, the League of Shadows was his special elite team. Their goal was to bring about and enact the real world-sweeping change that Ra's had always imagined doing. Only, as we now know, he made the very misguided decision of putting Lady Shiva in charge of the group. The power quickly corrupted her, and as such she turned the League of Shadows to her own ends. But you see, here's where the big twist comes in. Batman knew about the League of Shadows. In fact, he found out about them 3 separate times, only to have Ra's doctor his memories. This is honestly a nice way to retcon the League of Shadows into being an official part of the comics canon without really having to change too much around them. I mean, Batman should know that they exist. Now, back over at the Belfry, Jacob Kane is still reeling from seeing his daughter seemingly executed at the hands of Lady Shiva in the previous issue. In fact, he wants out so badly he's beating his hands bloody against the glass. He won't have to do that for much longer though, because the cavalry ends up coming in the form of Colony Prime and the General. It would seem with the Bat family indisposed right now, the Colony might actually end up being Gotham's best bet for salvation. In fact, this issue goes out of its way to add a lot of depth and complexity to the different members of the Colony. There's a real character there, and you begin to understand their mission. They're willing to stop the League of Shadows at all costs, and I mean, hey, that's what they've been training for, right? Even if that means they have to walk directly into the Viper's nest. They all are pretty much realistic about this, though. They know that this might very well be a suicide mission, and none of them might come back. Now, back over with Batman and Ra's, Bruce thinks he's finally riddled out what it is Ra's wants. He's just using Batman as a pawn to try and gain control back again of his organization, and as such, he relaxes his guard around him and lets him go. Oh, but Ra's is a tricksy hobbit, don't you know, and he was actually playing Batman this whole time, poisoning him, but also giving him an important piece of information before handing him over to Lady Shiva in exchange for safe passage. And with that, it would seem that all the good guys really are down for the count right now, and there's only one person out there who could even begin to challenge Lady Shiva and the League of Shadows. That person, as we discover, is a very perturbed orphan who has fought her way deep inside the League of Shadows' inner sanctum in Gotham and is willing to go to any length to bring her mother to justice. So there's Detective Comics number 954 for you, and overall it was another pretty solid issue. It was also a bit of a calm before the storm type of story as well. It's funny, you know, we had so many members of the Bat family when this arc started, and they've been whittled down to damn near nothing. I really wasn't expecting Jacob and the Colony to get the focus here in this issue, but I gotta say, I like the whole Band of Brothers vibe they're throwing off right now. I know modern day military comics have never really taken off, but I could see them headlining a series. As I was reading them, I couldn't help but think of G.I. Joe or Sphinx from Venture Brothers and smile just a little bit. Beyond that, watching Batman trade verbal bars with Ra's al Ghul is always cool, and this is definitely an example of good retconning. It's perhaps not as good as the issue that preceded it, as it is kind of the, you know, middle child of this arc, but overall I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. Enjoyable. Well, there you have it, everybody. Another Batman book on the books, and as always, if you want to keep up to date on when the new Batman book is coming out, there's no better way to do so than to head down to the description of this very video and follow me on all my social media feeds. I got Twitter, I got Twitch, I got Facebook, I got Instagram, I got it all, man. And hey, while you're down there in the description, if you'd like to help support me and the channel and gain exclusive content before anyone else, then might I recommend becoming a patron? Yes, that's right, for as little as $1 a month, you will get to see podcasts and videos before anybody else. You win, I win, everybody wins, I tell you. So until next time, I've been Ghul, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye-bye.